and explaining about the various stages of a rocket. Well, you do not expect a rocket to reach as a whole to the moon or the Mars, do you? Now, let's talk about the various stages. I'll be taking the example of GSLV here. Well, what is a stage of a rocket? A stage of a rocket kind of refers to a part of the rocket. Typical rockets consist of the strap-ons, which are separated in the first stage, after which the booster gets separated as such. Strap-ons and the booster. Now, usual rockets have a second stage where the further fuel tank and the thruster get separated. After that, we discover a cryogenic stage. A cryogenic stage is the last stage before a satellite is put into the orbit. What this does, it gives a very subtle amount of thrust to the satellite so that it spins in great speed around the orbit. And after which, the satellite is placed in the orbit and it is used for various purposes.
You can see that the copper plate here representing the anode flows the electrons from there to the cathode of the same fruit. Then the cathode of the same fruit passes electricity to the anode of the potato. The same process continues until the electricity finally reaches the zinc plate of the tomato, which is the negative terminal. Now that the positive terminal of the lemon and the negative terminal of the tomato are connected to the LED bulb, the LED bulb starts to glow because of the electrons passing from the first fruit to the last fruit.
This is also an example of the third law of motion. Vardhan will demonstrate you about the balloon puffing. He inflated the balloon so the car is moving in the opposite direction. These are some paper clips through which we can show that this iron nail becomes magnetized because of the coils.
As you can see here, each light glows until the last one and stops at once. The same process repeats throughout because of the code composed by both of us.